Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Jennings from EJSLLC.com. This video is going to be another in my practice session series for the Red Hat Certified Specialist in Containers exam EX188. Before I dive in, I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, as well as invite anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, to click the subscribe button. And if you find the video useful, make sure you click like. Just a reminder, these videos are my practice sessions for the exam. I'm going over the objectives and trying to do some examples of each to assess my understanding of the objectives and the idea at the end of the video. If I feel pretty confident about the objective, then I'm probably good to go in just under 2 weeks for my exam. And if not, I have a little bit of time to brush up on the information before I take the exam. Note that these are not intended to be tutorials, nor are they intended to be training materials, because I am still learning the concepts and such myself, but I do try to have the information as accurate as possible. That being said, if you are also preparing for the exam, perhaps some of the things that I do will give you some ideas of how you yourself can practice and better prepare yourself. So this video will focus on the objective under run containers locally using Podman, and it will be get container logs. This probably won't be too long of a video because there's not a whole lot to do for that. So what I'm going to do is run an Apache container. So let's do Podman run. We'll run it in detached mode, so it's in the background. Give it a name, web1. I'll go ahead and publish a port as well. And the image, which actually I already had downloaded this, so it would be a little bit quicker. And there we go. So we'll run our container, and there is our container. So there is a command, Podman logs, to be able to see the output of what the container has given. So clear the screen. We'll do Podman logs web1, and that gives us all of the output. I'm not sure if this is really going to give standard error at all, but I know that it gives the standard out for if I were to have run the entry point of the container, on my own. This will be the output that it gives. I do want to take a look at the help for Podman logs. There may be some other little options here. I know you have the tail option, which that goes along with the tail command. You have the F option, which that's like tail-F. It'll keep following the logs. I don't think there is any other real interesting thing with this. One thing to note though, if I were to go to my own var logs or var log directory, I don't believe there is really going to be anything for the container and such. Let me look at journal CTL real quick. Actually, I'll run that as sudo, so I'll get a few more entries. Go to the present here. I don't think any real logging is done in the journal for this. It doesn't look like it. This entry here, the untap device driver, that might be the publishing with a port. But yeah, other than that, really, unless there's something I'm missing, feel free to put in the comment if you're wiser than I about this, but that's really about it for container logging. There was one thing I did, look at that Podman logs help again. There was something that caught my eye, or I thought there was. No, what we can do, try to simulate some errors and see what happens with the logs. Let's go into Podman or Podman exec. That way we can run a command in here. And what I'm going to do, I need to do IT to have the interactive session. What I'm going to do is go into /httpd, or try to do this. Of course, this directory I have to go into conf, and then the httpd.conf file. I'm going to try to break this. Let's see, what can I do to change that to group foo, and what else to mess with this. Actually, we will get rid of that line. Okay, so it wrote it. Excellent. So I'm going to get out of this. We're going to restart our container. So this should break it. Yep, it's not running, ps-a, and it was in a error state. So now one thing to note, if you do the --rm when you're running your container, you're not going to have a container left to be able to check its logs. But if it's broke and it's stopped, we can do podman logs web1, and we see that we did get an error line 105. Yeah, the directory wasn't closed. So this can be useful for some troubleshooting. What I don't know is if that would have come out as standard output or standard error. But again, I can't really imagine much more that we can do as far as actual container logs, other than going to exec and then dig into the var log directory of the container itself. But as far as the container's logs, that should be about it as far as grabbing them. Use the podman logs command. So this was short. I hope you found it useful. If you did, make sure you click like, and thanks for taking the time to watch. I want to thank returning subscribers for watching, as well as invite anyone who hasn't subscribed to click that subscribe button, and I will see you the next time.